Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yozral, the game is Star Trek Online, and this is day 2 of the 4th anniversary giveaway. Welcome to Holodeck Happenings. Day 2 gives us a twofer. On the Federation side, we have the Defiant Bridge Pack. Let me just bring that up. Defiant Bridge variants, we get 3 variants, the Warship, Key and Utopia bridges. These are available free of charge for the next 22 hours, give or take. This offer will expire at 6 PM Universal Coordinated Time on Wednesday. Do your maths as to your time offset depending on which time zone you're in. So let's quickly claim that. And transaction successful, so that is now available. And get rid of the store for a second and go talk to the shipwright. Customize Starship. And like all bridges, you can then access these through the available ship customization scheme. It will list your available bridges. Incidentally, if you want the Defiant bridge from Deep Space Nine, that is not on offer. You will have to get the Belfast pack, which is not discounted. Unfortunate, but there you go. So let's start with the Warship bridge. Okay, that. Purchase that. And let's go see what we've got. Visit the bridge. So, as you might imagine, for something based on the Defiant, it's a little on the small side, very functional. One of these days, Cryptic, please can we have the ability to customise the crew for our generic officers, or at least their uniforms. So, old style consoles. Those of you who have been around since the latest patch, these console patterns used to be standard, not the glowing lights I might add. MSD in the back, Defiant of course, two-sided. And we have the Captain's Ready Room standard issue at the back along with all the usual access and duty officers. So... And for some reason I can get my account back through my store cupboard. I have no idea why. Lights are on, view screen is tiny, and generally a focused compact bridge, and from here you can then head to the turbo lift and access the interior as you would normally. The Utopia bridge, ladies and gentlemen, basically identical except somebody found the light switch. Literally, I'm not kidding. Same bridge officers, same positions, well almost. I think the engineer and my tactical officer switched positions while we weren't looking, and Ready Room is, as you might expect, the standard issue copy and paste. For some reason there is a window here. I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be possible, but hey, it's a modular setup. Maybe it's a fake. Maybe it's a view screen designed to look like a window so the captain doesn't go completely claustrophobic and, more to the point, has something to stare contemplatively at before he turns and chews out his first officer for whatever gross breach of the Prime Directive happened this week. So, next one. This is the Key Bridge. You can see they've changed a few details. The command chair is now on a metallic raised deck. Other than that, the layout is more or less the same. The lighting is back on, slightly less moody. And, well, that's pretty much it. Cryptic did this a lot with their early bridge packs. They put out one basic layout, then tweaked the lighting to cover 2 or 3 more. Of course, they sold them all together, so at least you had some choices as to exactly how the look worked. Anyhow, that's pretty much it for the Federation side for today. It's not got any gameplay advantage as the Horta did. Speaking of which, let's have Ensign rock out for a bit. There you are. I told you he was going to melt the deck plating. Look at that. Look at it. Ah, bad Horta. Bad. No neutronium. Ensign Rock will have to do something about the acid. It's principally cosmetic today, but hey, nothing like a little bit of variety, and the bridges do offer a quick way of getting some of the rarer duty officer missions. Some in fact can only be accessed through the bridge. Over on the Klingon side, they got a 6-pack. As with the Federation side, you access this through the ships and then the bridge pack option, and you have 6 new Bird of Prey bridges. Again, these are free of charge. The Kurv, Vit, Chav, Kemper, Butler and Yol bridges. All very much variations on a theme. So let's claim the pack again. You've got until 6 PM Universal on Wednesday to get this done. And let's load them up. Customize starship. And where do we start? The Kurv, I think. Begin at the beginning. So, to the bridge. And here we are. This is the classic Star Trek Online Bird of Prey bridge. It's actually done duty for all the Klingon ships. If memory serves, I think this might be the module they used when you confront past Bavat at one point. And we are apparently in orbit of Memory Alpha, no doubt undercloaked and ready to rain righteous fire upon those Federation Patakpu. Access to the Klingon interior is through the turbo lift at the rear, and the captain's ready room is considerably more focused than the Federation version. You do not need a window to stare out of before executing your crew members for incompetence. You can access everything handily from your desk, and there's even a bat'leth ready. Also a nest for the pet targ, should you happen to have one. Weapons, 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 more weapons. Whoever fitted this place out knew exactly what they were doing. It's just a shame you can't use this trophy shelf. Other than that, the classic red lighting of a Klingon ship of war, as though there's any other kind. And it's not a bad little addition if you're a Klingon captain with a taste for the finer things of starship design. Next up we have the Vit. Structural reinforcements are of a slightly different nature here. You can see that we have 2 main beams angling forward as well as 2 support beams on either side. This does have a small problem in that you cannot really see several of the duty stations from the captain's chair, but that will not save any slackers. We have somehow reached Kronos orbit in record time. Lighting is as you would expect, dim and red, and the rest of the bridge layout is the same. Not sure what I make of these spherical support junctions. Just straight, rigid bolts would perhaps have done better and kept the rather brutal aesthetic of Klingon bridges, but hey, I didn't design this, and it's still pretty nice. The Chav Bridge. And I have to be very careful how I pronounce that, for this is not a bridge on which you will find bottles of white lightning and buckfast. The support elements are gone, so while falling deck plates are a problem, at least you can see what's going on, and the crew will labour all the harder knowing that they are beneath their captain's righteous gaze. View screen is much the same, helm and tactical stations at the front, along with the usual stations dotted around. And the captain's chair comes with its own inbuilt deck illumination. This is as it should be. Every Klingon captain should have that underlit glow just to make them appear more menacing to the weaklings on the other end of the comm channel, if they are not already soiling their fancy uniforms at the mere sight of a Klingon warship. The Kemper, ladies and gentlemen, the captain's chair. Again, we have the support elements there, a nod to some of the Klingon heavy cruiser bridges in the game. They do, unfortunately, block the view of several of the stations. The portside censored officer in particular has been known to display a worrying decrease in combat efficiency without his captain to motivate him. However, your tactical officer is behind you for ease of access. Note that you never put the first officer here, lest he gain ideas about rapid promotion. The view screen is unobstructed so you can see your prey, and the lighting is, as you should expect, handily. It is also surrounded by space heaters, so should the need for an imminent burning be necessary, you can do 4 Federation scum at a time, or you can grill some targ steaks, whichever you prefer. The butler is a variation. You only have the 2 inbuilt cooking devices, and there is proper lighting for those other species, those Jegpui, who we permit to serve aboard our starships. Apparently the proper lighting levels were causing accidents. As in, my treasonous first officer slipped and fell on his Duktag 27 times. We are back in Orbital Memory Alpha somehow. I'm not even going to question that. However, as you can see, if you are not of the Klingon persuasion, this might be the bridge for you. You can see most of your crew stations from the command chair, but there is this empty space at the back. I would have been tempted to put the chair here instead. However, such is the way of things, I did not design this bridge. And finally, we have the Yol Bridge, a variation of the Vlut with lighting for those species and officers who cannot handle proper Klingon levels of illumination. It has the same primary support struts and secondaries radiating out. I have to wonder who designed this, and if your crew member should happen to displease you, you can enact instant justice, courtesy of the 4-foot drop onto the deck plating from the command desk. Indeed, such is the way of things. The captain is above all on this ship. Rather a Cardassian design, but so be it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Yusral. This concludes day 2 of the giveaway. The Klingons very definitely got the better end of the deal with this. But we shall see what day 3 brings. I will see you tomorrow for Wednesday. Thursday, of course, we have the anniversary event going live, and that should be considerably more interesting. Until then, Kapla!